If you're watching this video, it's probably because you've just found out that your HIV test is positive. It was a hard blow, right? When you found out about it, an abyss seemed to open and your world began to fall apart. Then your doctor had advised you to start antiretroviral therapy. You immediately felt like you had a very grave illness and you thought that your days were numbered. But maybe you've discovered that it's not that way at all, that you can coexist normally, more or less peacefully with HIV, provided that you accept it, and that you accept some necessary changes to your daily routine. Yes, I know these changes can be quite difficult to handle. It all depends on how you deal with it. To accept being HIV positive and having to take pills for the rest of your life may not be easy, I know. But if it's any consolation, your condition isn't that different from someone who has diabetes and needs to inject insulin a few times a day, or someone on dialysis who must attach themselves to a blood filtering machine. The difference here is that your treatment requires adherence. In car racing, adherence to the road is everything. If the tires are not adherent, the car skids. If there's adherence, the car wins. Also in your treatment, adherence is number one. As far as we're concerned, adherence is actually the capacity to take the medications that have been given to you exactly as they've been prescribed. In other words, every day at the same time. The medications block the virus from replicating. As a result, the quantity of virus in the blood, known as the viral load, decreases dramatically. The objective is to suppress the virus by blocking its replication. Do you know what happens when you skip doses or interrupt your treatment? The virus is freed from the grip of the medications and begins to replicate once again. And not just that. Drug levels that are insufficient to inhibit the virus could lead to the emergence of dangerous mutant HIV strains. And this mutated virus can become resistant to your medications. Why ruin these life-saving treatment options just because you didn't get organized on time? It's better not to hurt ourselves. Don't you agree? I already know what your next question will be, but how close to perfect do I have to be? I'm sorry. 100% adherence is required. In order for the treatment to work, your adherence must be perfect. I know the prescriptions often don't help you. Maybe there are too many pills to take, and at inconvenient intervals. Or maybe the medications give you unpleasant and disturbing side effects. But don't stop your treatment for these reasons. We can change regimens. And perhaps all it takes is a lifestyle that's healthy and balanced. The time of dosage is fixed, but there is still a window of about 1 hour before and after your scheduled dose, when taking your medications remains safe nonetheless. Sounds difficult, right? Now, in addition to the virus, there's also the burden of treatment. Let's look at it another way, shall we? It's not the treatment that's the problem. The problem is the virus. The medications you take are the container that encloses the virus and prevents it from replicating and making you ill. Sooner or later, it can happen to anyone to forget to take a dose. But it's one thing to forget occasionally, another entirely if it happens every day or every week. If you notice that you've forgotten your pill, well then, take it as soon as you've remembered. But if you've only noticed when it's time for the next dose, don't take 2 doses at the same time. Avoid interrupting your treatment because you've run out of medicine. Remember to get your refill at regular intervals. It's easier than you think. Help yourself with some simple tools, for example. Help your memory. You can do this by associating the time you take your pills with daily routines in consultation with your personal doctor. For example, if you work and get up early in the morning, you can take your medications when the alarm rings or while eating breakfast, or at lunch, or at dinner. Obviously, it's better to take advantage of times when we're at home. That way we don't have to remember to bring the pills with us. Take your medicines in the best moments of your day. The moments you dedicate to yourself. Help yourself with an alarm. Just set your alarm clock or your cell phone. Or we we can use a pill box to help us remember. Pill boxes are very convenient, and they allow us to always have our daily dose or an emergency dose with us, wherever it may be most convenient to take, in the car, in our bag, our briefcase, or in our office desk. Even an empty breath mint box may do just fine. And if we don't remember whether we've taken a pill or not, we can make a mark on the box, or even keep a diary. But the most important thing is to be able to integrate our condition into our lives, both social and personal. To tell or not to tell, this is the problem. Because as we all know, there's still a lot of prejudice with regards to HIV. It's the social stigma, adding insult to injury. The fear of being isolated and scorned within your own environment. It's an additional weight to bear beyond the burden of the disease itself. An unnecessary burden as well as an unjust one. It's enough to cause bouts of depression.
Have you taken your pills?
Yes, dear. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Moreover, the pills are a daily reminder of being HIV positive. Let's not allow depression to get in the way of our adherence. We can obtain the support of a psychologist, or we can turn to organizations for people living with HIV or other self-help groups. You have no idea how much strength there is in knowledge, finding and exchanging experiences with people like you who have your same problem. Sport, in addition to being fun, is good for you and is certainly no obstacle to treatment. And what would happen if we have to take our medications at work? We can take them with nonchalance, with a natural gesture of normalcy and indifference.
You too, huh? These ulcers.
No one will take notice because everyone has their own problems. And if anyone recognizes your pills, they might be in the same situation as you, no? What if someone asks us directly? There are many answers to give.
What are you taking?
Antibiotics. I have a terrible cough and I'm trying to get over it. Oh, nothing. Vitamin supplements. I do a lot of sports, so I'm careful. The blue one is Viagra, and this one is Cialis. Well, I do a lot of sports. I like to keep myself in shape. Antiretrovirals. I'm HIV positive.
If your partner doesn't get scared and run away, you might have found the person of your dreams. A change to your daily routine, like a vacation or a work trip, can be an obstacle to good adherence. It's important to plan ahead and prepare the doses you will need to take with you. Bring extra medications with you. Perhaps you'll stay longer than planned. Better to pack the pills in your carry-on bags or divide it among your luggage. That way, if one is lost, you won't be out of medications. Yes, you can also put your pills in an empty vitamin bottle. What if the time zone changes? Always follow this rule. It's better to take your medications earlier than later. Try to maintain your usual schedule adapted to the local hour. It's a very useful hint. Don't give up at the first sign of difficulty. This simple rule may also apply to personal downtime. We all want to have fun, be health conscious, and forget about our problems. But that's not a good enough reason to give up and lower your guard. You see, it's not so difficult after all. You can simply think of adherence as a magical formula composed of 4 simple words: acceptance, assistance, attention, and don't abandon. You will see that the results will be wonderful. There may be problems, physical, emotional, and daily, even those that may seem the most banal. Speak openly and freely with your doctor. It's your right. And together we can find the best possible solution, because in the end, that's what we're here for. I do believe I've said it all. I only want to add one small thought. At the beginning, being HIV positive was a very serious problem. Now, with a bit of attention, you can begin thinking about your retirement. Just take a look at what a difference scientific discoveries can make nowadays. Be peaceful, be serene, and always remember to take your pills.
Prendi la pillola, non ti scordare mai, prendi la pillola, non te ne vergognare. Sieropositivi vuol dire essere vivi, amare, viaggiare, lavorare, accettarsi, aiutarsi, armonizzare, non arrendersi mai. Non arrendersi mai, non arrenderti mai. L'aderenza è la chiave della terapia, è il segreto della tua sintonia. Non pensare negativo, che non ce la fai più, perché adesso HIV, paura non fai più. Paura non fai più. HIV, non mi fermo.